Today on DNVR Buffs Live, we discuss who the biggest winners were from week 1 of spring practice. That and much more starting right now. Let's go.
Squad.
Live from the Xfinity Studios, it is DNVR Buffs Live on a Monday. Week 2 of spring ball. Ooh, coming at you live. Little changes to the schedule, though. No practice today. We'll be back up in Boulder midweek. How we feeling? Happy birthday, by the way, brother.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Happy birthday to my dog,
Let's
man.
go.
Appreciate you, boys.
Let's go.
First thing I did as a 34-year-old was curled 100 pounds.
That's grown man strength. That's what that is.
You know, just had to show out.
Can we trust that without video proof, bro? I don't know.
I
We're just
actually
taking
don't
bro's
know,
word
yeah.
for it.
Honestly,
I'll trust you, but I don't know.
Honestly, I just felt weird about it the first time. I don't like recording things in the gym. I had Alec come record the first one.
Right.
Then I was like, I don't want to do this again. Plus, I don't want to flex on you guys too much.
That should have never been the cold open of the show today. That'd have been fire.
Just wait, bro. It's going to be a long summer.
Nah, you ain't lying.
We coming.
Bicep summer, dude.
Let's go. Let's get after it. What's up, chat? How's everyone feeling? Yeah, second week of spring ball. We're going to start by kind of recapping the first week. Winners, stock up. Who were the biggest winners from the first week? The team honored Dominiq Ponder and said their final goodbyes at his funeral this weekend. We'll discuss that. A new safeties coach, tons to get into with recruiting. And then there were some conversations about the direction of the sport over the weekend, apparently. Let's talk about it.
Let's.
Stock up. Who wants to start? We'll each go around throwing out a name that impressed us. Stock up. Whatever you think. Who wants to start?
Let's let the birthday boy start first.
All right, I'll start. I think stock up the most for me was Cree Thomas.
Yeah, definitely. Quickly became a fan favorite.
Yes, exactly. I mean, you want to talk about stocks? Stocks are impacted by the public. The public sees a lot of value in something, that's going to shoot that stock up. And the public is all over that one right now. 5 picks in the first 2 practices.
Crazy.
So it was told. And a position where this team needs game changers.
Yeah.
And has certainly the opportunity for anyone who's on this roster to take a spot. I don't think you could say anyone is 100% locked into a position there.
Nope.
So for Cree Thomas to come in and show out immediately, I think was really cool for him in the first week of spring.
100%. I agree, man. Like, he's definitely got to be near the top of the list, if not at the very top of the list of guys who impressed immensely throughout the first week of spring camp. And that's why, again, we got to see it live, you know, when, of course, the game's starting and whatnot. But that is why you kind of take chances like that of guys who maybe don't have production, haven't played a lot at their previous stop, but certainly have the talent, have the pedigree, like a 4-star recruit, like Cree Thomas said, going to Notre Dame. That's why you kind of take those gambles, so to speak, on guys like that, maybe who don't have the production, but you see something. And if Cree Thomas turns into a player, a real contributor, if maybe even a starter for this defense, man, that is a massive win. Still has all 4 years of eligibility left. That could potentially be something massive for this defense moving forward.
And him scrapping with Hakeem Williams, who's damn near twice his size, also made his stock go up in my eyes.
For sure. I mean, just the fact that he's a young player in the secondary. I mean, any young player making plays in the secondary for this football team has to be stock up because of, we've talked a lot about it. There's just such a history of those guys playing early. Plus the fact that he just doesn't look like a redshirt freshman, like size-wise. You know what I mean? I mean, you mentioned scrapping with Hakeem. Like, you got to be a pretty built to go toe-to-toe with Hakeem Williams. Or crazy. Maybe he's a little both.
I like that. I like that.
Facts.
But, the production on the ball obviously stood out as well. Go ahead, Scotty.
I'll stay in the secondary, but go to safety here. My guy, Nate Mitchell. Nate Mitchell was really really, really been impressive throughout the first week. In the same practice, had a pick and had a nasty forced fumble on a hit stick on a ball carrier, which was nasty. And I want to count at least 4 times during those post-practice things where Chris Marv has this thing where they kind of huddle together as a defense and all the coaches kind of give, their props to somebody, like they pick a player. And I've heard Nate Mitchell's name at least 4 times from position coaches don't even coach his position. Like I've heard Mathis give him love. Yep. I've heard Coach Hart give him love after a practice for just the way he flies to the football. Tyler Martinez told us last week, like that's somebody who's going to fly downhill trying to take somebody face off. Yep. And we've seen that already. And I think this is a starter in the secondary. Led New Mexico State in tackles, PBUs last year. This is a ball player in the secondary. So I love, and that's a good point too. I saw that as well. Only One J says, CFB 26 yesterday tweeted that he was one of the top 10 defensive backs to get like a ratings boost on the game. Like they upped his overall like 14 points.
Oh,
but he's still on New Mexico State, right?
Which is weird,
of course.
But
well, they can't update their rosters or else no one would buy the new one.
Yeah,
that's valid. But I thought that was cool as well. But Nate has impressed me immensely so far through a handful of practices.
I'll go offense. I'll throw out Richard Young. I mean, Bucky put out the clip over the weekend that we saw the full story now, right? Of Coach Marion obviously calling out the running backs and pass, bro, and basically saying, like, beyond that.
If you're scared,
get off the field.
Get off the field.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
He says that that's okay.
But
he's scared to get
then
off
the second half comes out, and he's talking straight at Richard Young about that stuff, man. Yeah. And Richard Young, he's kind of feeling the competitive fire. He's like, not me. But he proved it on that run, obviously, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was probably the play of the first week. I mean,
definitely.
I don't know. There's been so many, actually, that I don't know if that's even the play. But it's what got everyone so excited. And, clearly they haven't really had an effective running back, an effective running game the last 3 years. Maybe he's the key. We'll see, though.
If I can keep it 100 with y'all, I love that video that Bucky put out, the extended version of that. I think that video was more about Brendan Marion than it was about Richard Young.
100%.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah. It's the mentality, bro.
Yeah. And the fact that he not going for none of the BS or the soft stuff.
In week 1.
He not going for that, especially in somebody like Richard Young, where I love when he said, you lifting all them weights and you let them throw you around.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, we don't got time for that. You too damn big to be on that soft stuff, so to speak, or getting thrown around. And I just love Coach Marion. Like, I feel like he knows what buttons to press for each individual player, even for a player like Richard Young, who he's only been coaching for a couple months. So, like I said, I think that was more about Coach Marion than Richard Young. But, yeah, you need that from Richard Young. If he's going to give you that, that's why you brought him here. And I love Coach Prime at the end of that, too, saying, like, that's what we need. Like, that's you. We expect that 100%. So if you can continue to get that, and if Brendan Marion is going to be the one to continue to challenge him and bring the most out of him, then I'm all for it.
Go ahead.
I'll go Chauncey Gooden. A guy who we had a lot of hopes for when he came in.
Yeah.
It's always interesting when a player doesn't play right away because their stock just kind of falls for no real reason.
Right.
Because you kind of fall out of the public eye and people stop thinking about you. But I feel like Chauncey came in and made people think about him again. And obviously, that play, the highlight that we saw of him putting
Samu.
Yeah, Samu on his back was the highlight of it. But honestly, to me, again, I'm just looking for the big picture stuff. Like that mentality that he had after that is what really fired me up.
Yep.
And what made me feel like, okay, maybe he is just not going to be denied and he's going to make sure that they have no choice but to find a place for him on this offensive line. He's so physically gifted. He's absolutely massive, but can still move his feet. And another one where it's just like, if he ends up starting for this team, I think it's a great, great sign.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I don't think we can rule that out at this point. I know we had Yo-Yo and Jose Soto as our kind of starters projected right now and kind of our first edition, going into spring, but none of us would be surprised if Chauncey Gooden ended up, snatching that spot or at least being that sixth offensive lineman where he plays a lot or as much as anybody who's maybe not on that starting offensive line. Y'all know how I feel about Chauncey. We all feel strongly about him and his talent. That's a good pick. I'll do it, man. Julian Lewis is a starting quarterback of this football team. He's the future. He's the present. But I believe he is going to be really pushed and challenged in the right ways by Isaac Wilson at quarterback. I think he's impressed. I think he's quickly grasped the offense, or at least the early installs of it. The day 1, the day 2, the day 3 installs and whatnot. And he just looked comfortable. And I think he's looked like a leader too. Like he sounds like a quarterback is supposed to sound. And I think that's impressive. I think that's maybe impressed me, the leadership and the vocal part of it, more than maybe what we've seen in glimpses on the field as well. So a backup quarterback is a valuable role on any football team at any level. And we've talked about it when Isaac Wilson committed here. Like, it's as best as you could have done, I think, when you're searching specifically for a backup quarterback. So I would say Isaac has impressed me and seems to have stepped into a very valuable role seamlessly.
Absolutely. I was going to say him, but I'll just go Cam Perry. Officially stamped by Brennan Marion as a real hooper. And we've just seen it, man. I mean, he moves differently out there. He's got a different set of skills. Really, probably we haven't seen since LeJontay in terms of the shiftiness potential out of the slot and what he can do with the football in his hands. He's going to quickly become, I think, a favorite target for Julian Lewis. And I think he's the early leader for someone to just do a lot of damage in terms of the RPO game and the short, yak type of plays. And I mean, again, we talked about it last week. You don't get a 20 yards per reception average by just catching bombs, right?
Facts.
Like, you got to make people miss in the open field and create big plays out of those, drags and slants and RPOs and stuff. And he's just shown the skill set, and he's going to be an absolute weapon out there.
I love that. So excited about Cam. I love his demeanor too, his personality, how he kind of keeps it light, cracks jokes and whatnot. I think that's great for the room. I think we mentioned it too on Friday when Danny came in after Cam was on the podium. Cam came out and then came back in with Danny, with his arm around it, he's like, "This is Danny Scudero, y'all." I just love the early, returns on kind of the camaraderie in that receiver room right now.
I'll go Mo Williams. Speaking of people who are stamped, Coach Prime kind of stamped him when that highlight came up. Thank you, Louisiana. Another young defensive back who has nothing but an opportunity to go and snatch some playing time.
No doubt.
Totally, man.
And as Jake loves to point out, young defensive backs play in this team.
Absolutely. I mean, what was that, his first practice too when he makes that play? I mean, I don't know how you're not stock up when you're a young player doing that early on and catching Coach Prime's eye, man. Sheesh.
And I think he got a good number draw as well, rocking 25.
Yeah, that's a good number.
I don't think that's not nothing.
Did Mo Williams, the basketball player, wear number 25?
I feel like he was a single digit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, I'm looking it up.
Like with the Cavs, that's what I remember mostly with the Cavs for sure. I will go one more. How about Elliot Arnold?
Yeah.
How about Big Leg L?
Let's go.
You feel what I'm saying? What do you wear?
He did wear 25 with the Clippers.
Okay.
And with the Portland Trailblazers. 2 with the Cavs. And I think I saw a 5 somewhere.
We were both right. Facts. He was a bucket. How about Elliot Arnold though, man? Kicking, I don't know how long that field goal was. It definitely had some distance on it to end, I believe, Friday's practice. I think he was getting love from everybody. Hakeem was like, he waited all practice to make that one kick.
Yep.
And I love that, kind of making him wait and kind of giving him more of a game feel.
Yeah, put the pressure
a big
on.
pressure, right, kind of kick. And if he can be what he was recruited to be, a big leg kicker who gives you a long field goal range option, that would be massive for this football team.
Yeah, absolutely. He's loved by the team.
Oh yeah,
and one of Julian Lewis's good friends.
That's dope.
So yeah, he's got a good little reputation on the squad, which I always like for the kicker. Sometimes you get a kicker who
Mike Vanderjack
was just he's not
vibes,
even
no
part
aura.
of the team.
Yeah.
He just goes off to the side, and no one even necessarily even knows him.
Facts.
Our idiot kicker. Shout out Peyton Manning. All right.
Peyton said that once.
Yes.
About Mike Vanderjack. Yeah.
So this was in after what happened in 2005, I believe, right?
Give me some more deets.
You vague posting on Scotty.
Right. A lot happened in 2005.
I don't know. Should I explain this on the show or should I just tell him?
Just do the expedited version.
So they had a big playoff game in the Dome against the Steelers.
Okay.
And it went. I think he had an opportunity to make the kick at the end of regulation.
Was that the game when Jerome Bettis fumbled at the goal
Yes.
line and they almost returned it? Okay.
Yes, and
sure.
then he missed that kick.
Got you.
And then the Steelers went down, won the game, go to the Super Bowl. Peyton Manning's at the Pro Bowl the next week because I guess Vanderjack said something about it.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Our idiot kicker, blah, blah, blah."
Peyton was never afraid to call someone out. He once called out the Broncos video board people.
Like in the stadium, on game day?
Yeah.
For what?
For turning up the crowd. Right?
For making the crowd get loud while they were on offense.
That's hilarious.
All right, let's take our first break and shout out our friends over at Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. Man, walking in the studio today, I see Scotty. He just looks at me and goes, "We got a beautiful day."
Sure do.
Many more to come here in the state of Colorado. Make sure when you're exploring everything we have to offer out here in the Box State, it's in a Toyota. Whether you're going up to the mountains, checking out all the national parks, they got you covered with all of their off-road or I guess all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive vehicles. They got 17 models, including the epic 4Runner. Check out the new Tacoma. That thing looks amazing. And, of course, the iconic 2025 Land Cruiser. Maybe you want to hang around the city more and you're going to do more driving on the highway and stuff. You want to be more economical. Well, Toyota has more low and zero emission vehicles combined than any other automaker. Visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of CU Athletics and the official vehicle of DNVR. Let's go places.
And shout out to the squad, our good friends over at Xfinity as we sit here in the beautiful Xfinity Lounge. Let me tell you something, man. If you're somebody who has, 50 plus tabs open on their computer, you need a little extra bandwidth when it comes to the internet.
Facts.
And that's where our friends over at Xfinity, for me personally, come up super clutch, bro. This is reliable Wi-Fi. This is intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6 cents. And the best part is that you can keep it at the same price for 5 whole years, man. That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, man. It's NFL free agency right now. NFL players aren't even getting 5-year contracts, but Xfinity can lock you in with reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi for 5 years, man. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and Xfinity's very best equipment. So lock in your price and unlock the possibilities with Xfinity, man. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
All right, back on the show. One last spot to fill on Stock Up for week 1 of spring ball. I got to go Boo Carter.
Yeah.
I mean,
of course.
we knew he was talented, obviously, but it's just so apparent and immediate, his impact and his coverage skills and just how active he's going to be in the secondary. This is a true cover, corner in the nickel, man. This is going to be valuable, and it's something, we're seeing it right now with Cam Perry, how versatile he's going to be out of the slot.
Yeah.
If you have someone to cover that with how he made a play on him, man, I mean, that's only going to help your defense. But shout out Boo Carter, man. Keep it going.
I'm not gonna lie. You said he's a true cover corner out of the slot. I guess if that's what he ends up being, if that's who he is, that is just so dope for this defense, because I guess when I just look at the frame and some of the highlights, quite frankly, I see him more as a box, extra defender, extra linebacker. But if he has that ability, right, plus the coverage ability, one-on-one and coverage angle with a route runner like Cam Perry, it's just special talent.
Well, if he puts all of that together, it's you build your defense around him.
Yeah.
You're calling stuff just to get him shots up.
And just imagine him lined up at slot corner, man, on just some slot blitzes, bro.
He's gonna
detonate on some folks.
Violence.
Great word.
The season of violence, bro. That's what we're calling this.
No doubt.
Pull the graphic back up, Yaga. Let's answer the question. Who's the biggest winner?
I think it's in the right order.
Think so?
I think Cree Thomas is the biggest winner, but I could be convinced on Richard Young. the thing that gives me a little pause about putting him as the biggest winner is that play was with the twos.
Fair enough.
I think Kree's, in terms of where the fan base thought he was, or how they were talking about Kree Thomas a week and a half ago versus how they're thinking and talking about him now, he's had the biggest change. So I think it would be Kree Thomas.
The real answer is also Buffs fans are the biggest winners.
That is true.
He ain't lying.
I'm still kind of partial to Cam Perry. I just think with how explosive this offense, the potential explosiveness of this offense, and a lot of it has to do with him. But there's so many wide receivers, I think it's tough to do that. I like the Kree Thomas pick, but also we've needed a running game for so long. I'm willing to say that it was Richard Young. And you can only work yourself up the depth chart at this point, right? Like, again, I'm not going to read too much in the first week of practice.
Yeah.
I do think that his stock is way, way up, and frankly, maybe more up than anyone else. So,
I would like to see more from Richard Young.
Of course.
I would like to see him build on that type of, challenge from his offensive coordinator, and just be that physical specimen every time he touches it, and even in pass protection, which is what he was.
That'll be crucial.
He was challenged, to step it up in. And I feel like Trackhawk, DeKalen Taylor.
Yes.
I feel like Damien Henderson have flashed maybe just as much, if not more, at the running back position, and Richard Young as well. So
When I look at this offense and the way that Brendan Marion has kind of structured it, there's so many players at wide receiver and there's so many players at running back. And I think a lot of it has to do with, like, he's not making exceptions. Like, we got enough running backs here that if you don't do everything that I ask you to do, I don't need to play you.
facts.
Whereas in other situations, like, the talent level in that room has not been high enough to where you didn't have to make some concessions. And you just say, like, well, we have to get a running game going, so we're going to play the most talented runner, even if he's not doing the other stuff that we want him to do. And I just think that Brendan Marion is not willing to do that. Just simply not willing to do it. And the same thing with wide receivers. If you're not blocking, you're not playing.
Yep.
Definitely.
How you play without the ball determines how much you love your teammates.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like there have been a couple examples too. I think Cam posted a photo of him recently during practice of him catching a ball, running after the catch, and you see Danny Scudero working hard, down the field blocking. And I think of even the Kree Thomas, Hakeem Williams like scuff up. That's a result of Hakeem blocking, down the field.
Yep.
So if that is going to be a theme of this defense, of this offense, particularly on the perimeter, a lot of that credit is going to go to Brendan Marion.
I think we just re-signed J.K. Dobbins.
All right. That was my plan C at running back, so cool with me.
Better draft one. Okay. That was stock up for week 1. Of course, week 2 starting tomorrow and the next 3 days. Let's see who makes this graphic next week then, yeah?
Yes.
All right. Dom Ponder, his funeral was over the weekend. I don't know if you all watched it, but Coach Prime, he delivered a eulogy that was pretty beautiful.
Yep.
A lot of the pictures were just kind of heartbreaking, obviously. I mean, this is a brother that went down and that we lost pretty much for this football team, and you can just see it on a lot of the faces. That picture of Ben, Tag, Danny, just like looking over Dom's casket is that's a rough one, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think first things first, rest in peace, Dominiq Ponder.
Rest in peace, Dom.
I think I'm just still thinking about guys like Taggart, his roommate, and I think Coach Prime mentioned last week that Tag asked to wear number 22 this year in commemoration of Dominiq, which would be so dope. And I think somebody mentioned it earlier too in the chat about guys like Julian Lewis, who are maybe more so affected by this than other guys on the team, having been so close to him in proximity in that position group the last 2 years. And this is an ongoing process, the grief of this. But, I think Coach Prime delivered a beautiful eulogy. It's just still so hard to, hear his parents and, see them and know that they're going through something so tragic and terrible. But, I think his father, Dom's father, I think had a excellent quote during, his kind of speech as well, where he was like talking about this season.
Yeah.
You're going to have Dom on your side. He said opponents are going to have 11 players on the field. You guys are all going to have 12. And I thought that was a beautiful message.
Yep, totally. Yeah, Shador was there. He came back to town. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's really tragic. And just to add to your point, like more than ever, I think you have to show grace to these players right now.
Yeah.
For what they're going through. I think that it's easy for fans and media to look at something as like a story and then you just move on to the next story. And that's just not how like humans operate. And so whoever it may be, just I think it's important to keep in mind that like everyone might not be mentally all there yet. And who knows how long that may take. But I think everyone deserves our grace and patience when it comes to when they get back to their full, they're all not feeling themselves right now.
Yeah.
So it's going to take a minute.
Totally. And, again, practice this week, but I think next week's going to be very beneficial for the team to it's spring break next week, to kind of just step away from everything. Obviously, continue to reflect and just, again, I mean, try to just cope and move on as best you can, obviously, while still remembering Dom. I mean, he's going to be a major part of this season and this program moving forward, for a long, long time. So rest in peace, Dom. Let's talk about a new safeties coach.
Yeah, so I think it was kind of last week where this kind of surfaced on either Well Off or maybe Reach the People. Obviously, we know Von Bell, former NFL safety, is going to be the safeties coach, but he's going to have some help in the form of an assistant safeties coach, another former NFL guy, Pearson Prelo, former NFL player, NFL safety, played in the league for 11 plus years, played for the Niners, the Bills, the Washington football team, the Jaguars, the Saints. He had been coaching at Virginia Tech as a director of player development for a couple of years, and then he was their safeties coach for a handful of years, along with Chris Marvel on that staff. Yeah, this is a guy who's been coaching in college for the last handful of years, has that NFL experience, yeah, it's a good blend. I think it's a good blend. Obviously, Coach Ryan, we talked about it last week. Coach Ryan has clearly shifted his philosophy a little bit in terms of going after more coaches with college experience as opposed to NFL experience, but there's still quite a bit of NFL experience on this staff, and I think he has found a good kind of middle ground, a good blend of that as well, and I think that's kind of evidenced by this addition here with Coach Pilo, as he says he likes to be called.
I mean, he was purely Virginia Tech safeties coach up until this year now, right? Like, so this is great experience. I mean, forget the NFL stuff. That's all great and all that. But again, this is a pure college coach, and it's another excellent blend of NFL pedigree with that college kind of experience too. I mean, this guy played, 11, 12 years in the NFL, had 465 tackles.
Super Bowl champ too.
With the Saints in 09.
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton, yep.
Yeah, like you said, the juxtaposition of him along with Von Bell, somebody who was on staff last year, I think an analyst role. It's going to be his first time having a room to himself, but he's going to have Prelude there, who's had a safeties room to himself at the college over the last couple of years. So I think it's
another
good.
Sean Payton guy, Von Bell.
Yep.
Yeah, crazy. I like that tandem. I love those
Connections
connections.
run deep.
Yeah, for real.
So, yeah.
And this goes back to the point I made when all the promotions happened, which is like promote someone, you got to bring someone in to fill what they did. So there was plenty of openings, and here you go. There's another addition.
No doubt. And I think I've said it, man. I believe this safety duo of Rando and Nate Mitchell has the potential to be really special. And they're going to be coached by two guys who did it at a high level at the NFL level. And I think that's part of the reason, right? We've heard a lot of guys love the Livingston because of the NFL background. Yeah. Particularly at that safety spot. Livingston's experience coaching the safety position in the NFL. But now having two guys who played it, I think that's as good as you could have gotten, as a movie after moving on from Livingston or him moving on back to the NFL.
Right. All right, let's take our next break, and then we'll hit recruiting and a bunch more stuff on the other side. Shout out to our friends over at the Gold Crown Foundation. Again, it's getting beautiful outside.
No, it is.
Time to go, let the kids run around and play some sports. That's where our friends at Gold Crown Foundation come in, man. I mean, honestly, whatever you want to play, whatever your kid wants to play, they've got you covered, I should say. Basketball, volleyball, golf, girls flag football, growing the game, man. Let's go. But they've got you covered with all those things. Registration, scholarships are even available, but registration's open now. You can scan that QR code on the screen. You got girls flag football April 11th to May 26th, basketball starting at the beginning of April as well. They even got golf tournaments, RK.
Hell yeah.
So everyone can get involved and, start just playing some sports, man. Sports over everything, am I right?
Thanks.
So shout out to our friends over at the Gold Crown Foundation. You can learn more and sign up by scanning the QR code on screen or visiting www.goldcrownfoundation.com. Let's get the kids outside. Let's get active this summer, man. Shout out to our friends at Gold Crown Foundation.
And shout out to our friends at New Built Restoration and Construction. They're licensed general contractors who can help with any project, whether it's big or small, and they specialize in emergency services, whether that is water damage to your house, fire damage to your house. If you need emergency mold removal, emergency repairs, commercial projects, whatever it may be, our friends over at New Built Restoration and Construction are there to help you, and they have over 600 reviews that prove this to be true and prove them to be the best in the business in this area when it comes to helping you with these emergencies. So they're available 24/7, and they truly care about all of their customers, and they truly care about Denver sports, and they truly care about us here at DNVR, and we care about them right back at them. So when that home emergency hits, New Built Restoration and Construction will be there at nubilt.com or 720-902-7472. And make sure you let them know DNVR sent you.
All right, back on the show. Let's get into recruiting. We had some big visitors, big-time visitors in town this weekend. Let's start off with a name we're familiar with. Or is this not the same guy? Sorry.
He don't look familiar to me.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
A name we're not familiar with.
Names we were not familiar with. How about this one? Blue chip wide receiver Matthew Gregory, a wide receiver from Owen J. Roberts High School in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Listed at 6'1", 170 pounds. On the 247 Sports Composite ranking, he is the 108th overall player, 17th ranked wide receiver in the class of 2027. He was here on an unofficial, took a picture with Coach Prime. This, again, a blue chip player, 108th overall player, definitely has the potential to move up into that top 100 once we get to signing day, a little bit less than a year from now. And he is very, very highly pursued by multiple programs, man. Just taking a look at the offer list. Florida State, Georgia Tech, obviously Colorado is in there. Auburn is in there. Arkansas. LSU, Miami, Michigan, Penn State, Notre Dame, many, many more. And he also got a Sac State offer for back in the day. I wonder who offered him out of Sac State.
Can you guys guess the population of Pottstown, Pennsylvania?
3,400.
4,782.
Little low. 23,000.
Okay.
Okay.
Northwest of Philadelphia. Named after John Potts.
Shout out John Potts.
1750s.
Shout out Johnny.
What a legend.
Hey, let me find out it's a Pennsylvania to Colorado pipeline being built here.
Mm-hmm. There's talent out there.
100%.
Definitely.
Isaiah Alvarez. I think we did talk about this guy. He's from Don Bosco Prep in Ramsey, New Jersey. Wide receiver, 621st overall player, 71st ranked wide receiver, a high-ranking 3-star on the 247 Sports Composite, 6 foot, 160 pounds. So from that tri-state area, I mean, Penn State is definitely in on his recruitment, Michigan State as well. But he was also in town for a visit. I think he took a picture with Coach Prime as well. Indiana, Nebraska, Vanderbilt, Virginia Tech, among many others who are, trying to get the talented wide receiver out of New Jersey.
You said he's at Don Bosco Prep out there in New Jersey.
Yeah, we talked about Don Bosco at one point. I can't remember if it was because of him or not.
There's a current Colorado transfer who went there, an impromptu version of Guess That Transfer. Do you know who that is?
No.
Oh.
Jaw?
Yeah, that was going to be my guess.
Lamont Lester Jr. That's where he went to
another
high school.
Philly guy, right?
Yep.
Interesting. Andre Adams, the quarterback. We've talked about him, right?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm trying to eat a granola bar at the same time. Not smart.
Crazy work.
Sorry. The quarterback from Nashville, Tennessee, who we've talked about quite a bit. I think
I was gonna say that's Buddy who we talked about last week, who had 700 total yards of offense in the game.
yes. I think that it was initially reported by Rivals that he would be visiting last week as well. I don't know if that actually ended up happening.
I don't think it did.
But he is expected to hit up Colorado in April for an official visit. And he will also visit Colorado on June 5th for an official visit.
Nice.
These are the Rival rankings now. 165th overall player, 15th ranked quarterback, 6'2", 180 pounds. Antioch High School in Nashville, Tennessee, 6'2", 180 pounds.
Nice.
I like that. 2 visits in the span of like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a lot.
He says Colorado stands out for Adams because of strong connections between the staff and his hometown. They have coaches from Nashville that know a lot of my people, Adams said. It's just a natural relationship. I want to see what it's like out there. Coach Box, the headliner in terms of coming from that area.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm stamping him. That's the quarterback I want for the 2027 class for
Let's go.
Colorado.
I love it.
That's the guy.
Yeah. I mean,
That's the guy.
well, I love it.
He's a dog. Super ultra productive, a dual threat, but is a talented natural passer.
Adams said Virginia Tech, Colorado, and Kentucky have been among the programs pushing hardest recently as he worked towards setting his key spring and summer visit schedule.
Those are interesting spots. Virginia Tech, obviously, with James Franklin now. I think Kentucky's low-key going to make some noise over the next couple of years.
They got to do it
Will
on the field
Stein.
for me to believe that.
Yeah, I feel that. I completely get that. But I think Will Stein is obviously an offensive mastermind, so to speak, and they're going to get some talent.
Mississippi State also mentioned, as well as Oregon. Another quote from Adams: "Practice dates are important to me. I want to see how a coach coaches and how the team looks in live action. I'll take away a lot of pros and cons from that." Obviously, he'll be here at looks like the beginning of April, maybe the spring game. We don't have an April date for his trip, so we'll see.
That'd be ideal.
Another one, again, Rivals rankings here. This is, or actually no rankings. Joshua Shaw Jr., an unranked recruit from Immaculate Conception High School in Elmhurst, Illinois, 6'3", 300. You know about?
I know of Elmhurst. I'm not familiar with the school.
6'3", 300 pounds. Big boy.
Big fellow.
He spoke to Rivals last week about Colorado. Apparently, he plays basketball as well at that size. He is a, quote, nimble big man. Love that.
I like that, yeah.
He says, I know Colorado has a strong football program and a lot of history. I think it's really cool how Coach Deion Sanders has brought a lot of energy and attention to the team. That makes me excited about the chance to be a part of it. I plan to visit soon. I'm thinking about taking an OV in June, but I would like to come out even earlier if I can. I'm hearing from some other schools in the Big 12 and ACC. I have a few visits planned soon. I'm still looking at all my options, but Colorado is one of my top choices right now, he said.
Let's go.
One other
Go ahead.
benefit of having more of a coaching staff with more of a college background is that most of those guys are better recruiters,
Oh, yeah.
at least juxtaposed to guys with more of an NFL background. And I think we are seeing a different type of recruit being targeted since Box and, obviously Marion and, Marv have gotten on staff and whatnot. And, yeah, I just kind of like the archetype of players that they are targeting. Like you can see with each guy that how it fits. Like we were talking about the quarterback, kind of the dual threat ability.
Yeah.
This guy, a nimble big man.
And so 247 has him listed as an interior offensive lineman.
See?
This guy might be a two-way player, and he's the only Colorado offer listed on 247. Colorado is in on the ground floor with this
and
guy.
I was gonna say, and that's another, I think, benefit to that is like you're finding guys before they become popular, so to speak, on the recruiting trail, which is another benefit, obviously.
Yeah, and recruiting is a no ego business. It is. I worked as a person who covered recruiting very closely, and that was a no ego business. It's weird to get big timed by a 17-year-old. Like it doesn't feel good.
I bet.
And I'm just using this example. I don't know, but we thought Marshall Falk comes in here. he's gonna be able to bring a big time running back.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. And I just wonder, like, if Marshall Faulk has it in him to be like chasing down a 17-year-old kid, hyping them up,
Facts.
telling them how great they are so that they want to come in. I have a hard time seeing it.
Because that's what it takes a lot of times.
Yes. They want to feel the love.
Right.
And for someone who's like done it at that level, I can only imagine it's hard to like crown or even pretend to crown some kid who's done nothing.
For sure. Like, again, I don't know if this is how he was acting, but like I would think somebody of that stature is like, they should want to come play for me. Why am I going out chasing this kid, so to speak? And again, we're not saying that that's how Marshall Faulk was acting.
But you could imagine it, right?
But you certainly can. You certainly can.
Anything else on recruiting before we move on? We'll talk a little free agency here at the end of the show.
Heck yeah.
All right. So over the weekend, there was a quote Saving College Sports Roundtable in Washington, D.C., hosted by President Donald Trump. A few takeaways from this. This headline is kind of wild. President Donald Trump announces plans to sign new executive order on college sports, expects to get sued. So pretty much what he is trying to do, or what he's trying to do, and what was recommended from this roundtable thing, he just wants to take it all the way back to pre-NIL, which that's impossible.
Yeah, it's unrealistic.
He was talking about that. They're talking about making amendments to the Sports Broadcasting Act, which would allow multiple, I think, what's the word? I guess broadcasting companies to kind of like split up distribution rights to show games and get in on media deals, as opposed to it just being like purely this network for this conference type of thing. Again, this is like a legislature like amendment. Like this is like something that is in law that you can't do this, and they are trying to, amend it. Interesting enough, it was actually, I think, a Republican and a Democrat who came together and like agreed to do this. So,
Okay.
What would be the real life application of that? The sports broadcasting.
What do you mean?
Like, explain that to me like I'm 5. Pretty much.
I think I just tried to. So pretty much like
Explain it to me like I'm 3 then. Like, how would that change the current setup of like ESPN getting rights to?
So I think for us, for the Big 12, it's Fox and ESPN, right?
Sure.
I think this would potentially open, and TNT, right? So
Yeah.
even then, it's kind of it all together.
Yeah,
but I
right.
think it's just going to open it up to make it more fluid for other folks to come in.
So like more entities could just have rights, broadcasting rights. Is that kind of
Pretty
the gist
much.
of
And
it?
I think to like pool together, I think what they would pay the conferences to have those rights.
Okay.
I believe.
I got you.
I don't know anything government stuff, man. I work in
Sure.
sports. Please. So,
No, I feel that.
but yeah, I mean,
I feel as though I learned nothing.
look, it's stuff that we kind of have to bring up and talk about.
What's this called? Sports Broadcasting Act?
Yes, I'm sorry.
I got us.
I found an article before the show, and now I don't know where I put it. So
Your tab would have became a clutch there. You just keep that on the tab, brother.
yeah.
Yeah, I just personally don't believe anything's going to come out of this roundtable that happened.
All right,
That's
so I
just-
asked ChatGPT to
Okay.
explain it to us like we're 5.
Nice.
I asked AI, no free ads. Imagine there are
The imagine start is crazy.
Imagine there are 32 kids who all play football on different teams. If every kid tried to sell their own lemonade separately, some kids would make a lot of money and some kids would make almost none.
Okay.
The big popular kids would get all the customers.
Right.
So the teacher makes a rule. You have to sell lemonade together and then share the money. I think I'm starting to understand it. That way, every team gets about the same amount of money. The small teams can still afford to play, and fans everywhere can watch the game. Before this rule, it was illegal for teams to sell their TV rights together because it looked like they were teaming up to control prices, which breaks antitrust laws.
Okay.
Basically, the Sports Broadcasting Act said for leagues like the National Football League, it's okay to sell TV rights as a group. Okay. Because of this law. So basically, you weren't allowed to do that previously, I guess, and that's how conferences sell their rights together as a group.
And look, this media rights stuff is partly why we're in this situation, honestly. It's why realignment is hell right now.
Right.
It's why we have mega conferences that make no sense when it comes to championship weekend and the actual standings. And it's why what you've talked about for so long on the show, RK, like the biggest fear about anything is we end up with the Breckenridge Brewery and the
Taco Bell conference.
The Taco Bell conference, you know what I mean? So, and those are the only two conferences we have in major college football, which I don't think anyone really wants us to go down that road, but
no doubt
we're kind of heading that way at this point. So
I don't know where we headed.
I don't know either. I feel like I'm more
good.
confused from this weekend too.
That's why I'm just not really honestly paying too much attention to this in particular.
I mean, I don't blame you at all.
I believe it's more publicity than anything, than actual work trying to get done or progress trying to be made.
Distractions too.
But precisely.
This didn't really explain that much because I asked why it's being brought up right now. It says, the big fear is that if nothing changes legally, many experts think that college football could split into a true professional league run by the biggest schools that will end up operating like NFL franchises.
For what it's worth, Texas Tech booster Cody Campbell has been a staunch support of amending the Sports Broadcasting Act and reiterated his stance on Friday's White House roundtable.
It says people are talking about the Sports Broadcasting Act because college sports want the same legal protection the NFL has to operate as a league without constant antitrust lawsuits.
Yeah.
There we go.
There it is. All right. We did it. Let's talk a little free agency.
Why not?
Unless y'all got anything else.
How about NFL free agency?
Yeah. Well, the
You're
Browns
putting a twist on it. Nice.
The Browns signed Zion Johnson. They need offensive line help desperately, and he is someone. Again, this is what 2019. I guess maybe 2021 now when he was coming out of Boston College. He played left tackle at Boston College at a really high level. But at Boston College, he played all over the offensive line. Came into the Chargers. I think he played mostly guard. I don't know. Did he slide out to tackle maybe with their injuries this year?
I'm not sure. I can look, though. I'm looking right now.
This is a really good player, I think, though. And obviously they spend a lot of money on him because that's just what free agency is. But I think this is a really good signing, and this is immediate help for Shedeur Sanders.
This is the second kind of big move they made, the Browns, on the offensive line. Remember last week they traded for Texans tackle Titus Howard as well.
Right.
So they have made two kind of big splashes, I think, for starters along that offensive line to hopefully protect Shedeur Sanders and, continue to make room in the run game for Judkins, Sampson, the rest of those guys. But I really like the Zion Johnson move, like as you just talked about, Jake, a really talented player, Chargers' most durable player last year. He played every snap for them, every offensive snap for them, except for Week 18 where Harbaugh kind of benched the starters ahead of the playoffs. So
playing on the Chargers and not getting hurt is like a superhuman ability.
That really is, honestly.
No, for real. So I love that.
I mean, a rebuilt offensive line for Shedeur. Obviously, they have much more work to do, but kind of as you talked about last year, Scotty, like this roster has pieces, man. And
especially after the draft that they just had last year.
Of course.
Yeah.
And they have another premium pick too. I think they have 2 first-round picks, right?
Yes, sir.
I don't know how many they have in the first 2 or 3 rounds, but they're going to be able to add to that young core again. And I mean, at this point, with the Shedeur Sanders, if he continues to improve, he's going to end up being one of the best deals in all of sports, given his rookie contract from being drafted in the 5th round.
Well, in that whole rookie class, all being together, they found potentially 5 starters in that class that are all going to be cheap.
Yep.
Facts.
Yep. So, good news on that front.
They got the 6th pick, obviously, and they got the 24th pick in that trade from Jacksonville in the first round. I would assume it would be some type of combination of receiver, offensive line. But yeah, it's going to be fascinating. We saw Shedeur and Jerry Jeudy getting some work in the offseason last week. You love that because certainly they didn't get a ton last offseason, those two, in terms of the work together, building that rapport, that chemistry with each other. So I still think that has the potential to be a solid duo. But you got to get better at receiver, obviously, via the draft. Hopefully they add a splash in free agency as well, because I think there's some value in the receiver, I think, free agency class as well. So we'll see what happens there.
Totally. The Browns have 10 draft picks this year.
Sheesh.
They do have 2 first-rounders with that. And they have a bounty of day 3 picks. This is 6 day 3 picks.
Hell yeah.
So they're at least going to become a deeper football team over this offseason. We'll see if that actually translates and they hit on some of those late-round picks for gems.
And I know they're going to probably make a deal on draft day or before then.
Probably.
To package it for more picks or try to move up, so to speak.
That's Andrew Berry in a nutshell, pretty much, right?
I think Jordan Tyson's going to be a name that I think is going to be linked to them for the next month and a half.
That'd be sick.
I think it would be too. I know it would make Coach Prime happy. He obviously was on record after the season, randomly, like on a random Tuesday afternoon. Like, for anybody who's wondering, Jordan Tyson is him.
Yep.
Like, he's that guy.
Yep.
And I know Shador would love that as well. And I forgot as well that, Jordan Tyson's older brother plays in Cleveland right now for the Cavs. So that'd be cool for both of them brothers to be in the same city, playing pro sports.
I can already sense the eventual crash out when those two ball out together, and then everyone is mad that we didn't get to see it in college.
Oh, good Lord. I didn't even think about that. Yikes. You should clip that, what you just said.
Okay.
Gonna become
for
useful.
when it inevitably happens.
Yeah, we can go to chats. That's kind of all I have today, though, unless you got anything else.
RK, do you know who the last All-American linebacker at Colorado was?
If I had to guess off the top of my head, I would say Jordan Dizon.
What a ball knower. You remember what number he wore at CU?
44.
You know who wears number 44 now?
Gideon Lamprin.
I think that's sick.
That is sick. And, bro, Jordan Dizon was so fucking fun to watch play football.
Yeah.
Just the definition of sideline to sideline. And tackled with violence. Never felt like he never missed a tackle. 2nd round pick.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Fortunately went to the Lions. And unfortunately got hurt very early. But now I believe he still works as a scout for the Denver Broncos.
Oh, that's sick.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
That's sick. Yeah. Yeah. What? Oh, yeah. Can you play that?
This shit. Like when the tight end come and knock my ass out over there, man, but I got so excited. Man, I got so excited.
That's kind. You got excited?
Hell yeah, because he make my mouth bleed. Cause I live for this shit. You ain't trying to die about this green right here. Your ass don't got no life on God. That's how I really feel about this. A lot of people might think I'm throwing off. Well, I am. Cause I love this shit, bro. I die about this shit. I love football, bro. Look, I love football, D. I love football.
I love football, D. I love football.
What
Hey, bro,
a legend, bro.
Preston Ashley, I just thank you for reminding me of that. Yeah. I wanted to play that just because, man, it's so easy for a high school kid to, when they commit to a school or as they're going through the recruiting process to like put on a front and like, kind of act like they're one way. And I love that Preston Ashley has gotten here and he has been Preston Ashley. The same guy, the same kid that we thought that they were getting beforehand. And I just love that, bro, because he's a true freshman going through his first spring, practices as a college football player. And he'd been knocked on his ass a few times, which is expected. But you heard him right there. Like, I love that. He said, I see that big ass tackle coming my way, trying to take my head off. I love that. He make my mouth bleed. I love that. And I just love it. You just need dudes like that, young guys particularly, who just love ball.
Yep.
Who love ball more than anything. And yeah, just a girl, you're right. He was made for TV, and he will be on it a lot in the future.
Such a fit for this program.
really
It's
is.
crazy.
I told you guys my new #1 scouting metric is love of the game.
You did.
Love it, bro.
You might have been on to something there.
He passes the test with flying colors.
He's so awesome, man.
Shut up.
I hope he's able to make an impact this year.
Me too.
That'd just be sick.
Me too.
CU basketball season ended.
Regular season.
Regular season, yes, they do play tomorrow. Oklahoma State in the Big 12 tournament.
Okay, a winnable matchup, if you ask me.
Tabwa is the king of the first round of conference tournaments.
He is. Did they win last year?
I think so.
I think they won a game in the tournament. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
You feeling positive about keeping the young core together?
I hope. I mean, it's gonna be a combination of re-recruiting those guys and then finding some money somewhere.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I do think that Isaiah Johnson and his family chose Colorado for a reason, and that's because Colorado develops guards.
Yeah.
And the proof is in the pudding. So I hope that that's a part of being able to keep him is, hey, you keep doing this, you keep playing here, you're gonna end up like these other guys playing in the league. But money talks, and IJ has played well enough to conjure up some big offers. I have a feeling.
No doubt. I mean, yeah, you can just, aside from the inevitable NIL that you're gonna have to probably pony up, like you can sell him on like this. Hey, bro, this is your team. Like you can hand that young man the keys.
Yep.
I think this weekend I saw that he is Colorado's all-time leading scorer as a freshman.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Yeah. I mean, he went off
He did.
against Arizona. They had him on the ropes.
Yeah, and I think Tommy Lloyd, Arizona's head coach, afterwards was like raving about him afterwards. He's like, I loved everything I saw him do out there today. And like that is an Arizona team that is a Final Four team. Like they are certainly a national championship contender this year. And like you mentioned, Colorado was right in that game, and that was mostly due to Isaiah Johnson as a true freshman.
28.
Balling. All three levels. Getting to the free throw line at ease. That's a future star. No doubt.
We'll see what happens tomorrow night then. Maybe the season continues. Super chats.
Hope so.
Rev BJ Nelson says, Happy Born Day, RK.
Thank you, Rev. Thank you to everyone who said something in the comments. I appreciate you, including Scotty's dad. Y'all are the best. Appreciate the love.
Give us some game, bro.
Yeah, what have you learned in your 34 years?
Yeah, bro. Give me some game for that I can take into this next year of my life.
Wow.
Not to put you on the spot or anything.
Yeah, you did put me on the spot. I'll just say do everything you do with the utmost confidence.
Hell yeah.
I love that.
Don't ever go into anything doubting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's very Preston Ashley of you.
If you just, most of the times, you can convince yourself that you know what you're doing.
Facts.
And that'll take you a long way.
Great advice.
Love it, man.
Appreciate that.
Anything else? We do have a few minutes to kill.
Warren G wants to know if we think Shedeur will be the starter week 1.
Shout out Warren G.
Heck yeah.
Deshaun Watson getting a little bit of buzz right now. He is healthy.
Man, why you thinking about that, boy? Watch out.
They owe him a lot of money.
Yeah.
He'll get his little bread.
There's no way.
I hope, bro. I really hope.
But like at this point,
last time he didn't play for a couple years, he came back
awful.
Terrible. Now he does it again.
Yeah.
He's only going to get worse.
And the thing is, like, who would be the guy in that building to say, yeah, let's run Deshaun out there? Would Monken be that guy? I don't think so. Would Andrew Berry be that guy? I certainly don't think so. Unless that's coming from the top up, which, again, I think the owner also is, if I had to guess, I think it was a Shedeur guy. So I don't know. And also, too, if it's all even and equal, and it's just a football thing, Shedeur going to beat him out. If that's what it comes down to. So that's what I think.
They didn't come down to that last year, so.
That's why I said if. It's a football thing.
Well, that coach can get another tiny lefty.
Right
there looking after Tua.
We love him as little lefties.
He did, you know what? He deserves it.
That's going to be all lefty quarterback room.
Jake said, thank you, Jesus.
Thank you. You know what that means when I do that.
All right, we will be back tomorrow, practice tomorrow. The show will be at 4 o'clock the next 3 days, each day practice. And then we'll end Friday with a bit of an earlier show, 1 p.m., kind of recapping. We'll see what happens. It's going to be an eventful week. Week 2 of spring football. Cannot wait. See y'all then. Let's go Buffs.
Go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.